Good morning and welcome to ZoeTV, another episode with one of our favorite things.
Resident of Inspiration.
Yes.
We love to start the show with this segment.
I know.
Just good energy.
Exactly, because these are the people who make our lives amazing here at Glencroft and make the residents' lives. So,
Well put.
without further ado, let's introduce Deborah Murphy. Deborah, welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome to have you here. Let's start what we ask everybody. When Olivia Flores threw you under the bus and nominated you, how did you initially feel?
Like I've been run over.
Oh,
okay.
Well, see,
That's
good throwing.
There we go.
Yeah.
She's very
I mean,
strong,
you know.
Olivia Flores. Right under the bus.
Yeah, right under the bus. No, she warned me beforehand she was
She
going to
did.
do it. Oh,
She
yeah.
did.
Oh.
Okay.
She
So
says,
she gave you a little
okay.
heads up.
Yeah,
Lots
she
of
gave me a
people
heads up.
don't get warned, so.
No, they like to see the initial reaction. So when Olivia did it, besides being thrown under the bus feeling, were you surprised?
No, because she told me she was going to do it.
Okay. Were you surprised when she told you she was going to do it?
Yeah.
That you were her
I said,
selection?
yeah, why? You know, and she says people would like to know me.
That's
Oh, that
So-
is true. I think a lot of people do know you, which is
Yeah.
good. You're involved here.
Yeah, a lot of people know me.
And
They
that's a
remember me because
good
of my
thing.
hair.
Well, that's true.
Well,
And it
I
goes
remember,
perfectly.
I'm going to date myself a little bit to the beginning of Beta 1 in Zoe Life. And I was walking around talking to people and figuring out, would you want to be a part of the Beta group? And I remember, like it was yesterday, he said, well, I'm known as the caretaker. And I help our people. I'm a caretaker of the nurse. This is what I do. This is how I'm wired. And I was like, well, you got to be in because you obviously know so many of the residents. But the caretaking aspect of you is evident. And it was evident in Olivia, just in not even medical caretaking, just like being parts of the arts and crafts and the
Right.
ceramics and all that. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about that kind of the way this campus functions as community.
Well, I started out as a resident representative. I took over for Maddie
Okay.
when she stopped being the resident rep in the villas. And I had Judy Colander was helping me with paperwork and stuff. And I went around and met all the people in the villas, and I knew everybody, and I met all the new people that came in. And then Nancy Valora got sick, and they asked me if I would be the coordinator for the resident rep. So then I was
Okay.
the coordinator and still the resident rep in the villas. And then I quit being the coordinator, and I stopped being the resident rep. They decided that they needed more than just one person in here. So I think they've got 4, maybe 5 people that work in the villas now. And I'm not sure, I think John Smith and Mary Jane Cannon have taken over as the coordinators for the resident reps. I still see a lot of the resident reps, and I still have people coming to me
Yeah.
like I am the resident rep. And so I still sort of do that. And then I started down in ceramics a couple years ago with Olivia.
Yep.
And I've been teaching classes like in dry brushing and just general how to do things. And I've taken over as her second in command down in ceramics now. So I've been doing, we've been doing some firing here lately and getting some stuff ready for when we do open. We're still being really frustrated because we can't get what we need to get
Yeah, that's what
everything
she's
put
saying.
together
Sure.
so we can open back up.
Yep.
But once we open back up, I'm going to be teaching a class in flower making. And we're actually going to make flowers
Wow.
out of clay.
Oh,
So,
Cool.
do you have
then-
room for 2 more?
yeah, anybody's welcome.
Well, that's what, when we started talking last week, we kind of went off the rails a little bit because the ceramics was so interesting to us. And I know, especially a lot of new residents, find it really engaging to work the hands and work the mind and work everything. So I think the more intel is out there, the more some of these residents can
Right.
find out, like, oh, that sounds like something I'd want to do.
And they do beautiful work,
Yeah.
honestly. It's
Yeah, they
amazing.
sell it for good,
yes,
dollars.
yes.
Yeah, we have several volunteers that come down, and you can come down to ceramics, and you can either paint it for yourself, in which case you buy the ceramic and you pay for the paint and the firing, and you take it home. If you want to paint to sell in the cases down here in the front,
Yep.
then we provide the ceramic and the paint. You provide the talent, and then we put it in the ceramics case and sell it, and that money goes back into our coffers, and we go out and buy more things.
Okay.
So that's how we keep our supplies.
Keep the cycle going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
But we do have to charge for it so that we can afford to keep
absolutely.
doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of costs involved in
yeah.
material and whatnot.
And we've had a lot of interest in the flower making class.
Oh, that's so cool.
Once that gets up, it's gonna it'll be a cost, and we're figuring between $15 and $20 for everything.
Oh, that's a good deal.
That is a good deal. All right, it's that time. It's our favorite time. Not that this wasn't fun, but we like to know who inspired you. You've made such a difference on this campus, but somebody out there has inspired you to be better. Who is it?
Lori Farley.
Oh,
Lori Farley.
we love her.
Okay.
She pushes my buttons all the time.
Does she?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not real happy when she pushes them, but she pushes them all the time.
I get it.
This guy does that to me
Hey,
all day
I
long.
think Lori Farley, because I've gotten to know her really well through the various ZoeLife programs and her coming down, and she is a smart cookie.
She
You're a
is.
smart cookie. So I know you guys probably instigate each other.
Well, we have professional background together too, so
Right.
because we both did some similar things in our professional lives.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I think that is a great nomination.
I applaud that too.
I think Lori, and you see Lori all over, and she does so much. And we've had her in the magazine writing articles for us. I mean,
Yes,
she is
great
so
writer.
diversified in her knowledge. She knows so much about natural medicine and the way the body reacts, and she's gone through so much in her own life
Right.
that she has a really good perspective. So I think that's a great nomination.
Yeah.
So, well, David, we appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you.
It's been
Thank
awesome
you.
to talk to you, and boy, that flower class sounds really good.
I know. We're going to sign
Yeah,
up.
we are. Two spots right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to it's first come, first served, and we know already we're going to have more than one class because
Yeah.
we've already got
I bet you do. You have
about
a sign up going.
12 people, 13 people that
Unbelievable. So if
I
you're interested,
didn't
reach
see
out to
that.
you, right?
Yeah.
We're interested, reach out. Okay. All right,
Yep.
Deborah, thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Lucky would be the word
Right.
to describe this next segment.
I
Because
know.
we get to the honor and privilege to sit next to Cameron Lowe, who is, he should be signing autographs.
I know.
Professional athlete.
I want your autograph after
Baseball
this because you guys are
Okay, well,
heroes.
Well,
we could trade autographs.
we can trade autographs.
Bet
'cause
yours is worth more.
we could spend a half-hour show just hearing about your history in professional athletics.
Let's do that someday.
Let's do that someday.
Okay.
I like
okay.
it.
I like it.
But today we're going to stay on course. We're not
Okay.
going to go off the rails, and
No.
we're going to talk about what it is you do and how you're impacting the lives of not only Arizona and the community that we live, but all over the world with your technology, your microcurrent, your amazing magic machine. That's what I call it.
Oh, magic. I
the
like
magic
it.
machine.
Yes, good idea.
Cameron, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. I'm so excited to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into the product.
Okay. So I originally found this product because I was a Major League Baseball player, and I played baseball for about 16 years. Had a nice long career, but then I ran into some really bad injuries. I had a herniated disc between L4 and L5, walked around as crooked as a politician for a couple of years, and the doctors wanted to do surgery on my back. By the grace of God, I found this technology through another ball player that had recovered from surgery super fast because of it. And he said, hey, this guy's in town. He'll give you a free treatment. Go try it out. And sure enough, what doctor said I needed surgery for was better in 30 days. Immediately after 30 minutes, my first session, 60% of my sciatic nerve pain was gone. My body started to, it basically stimulated my cells for them to start healing and kick-start that healing process, remove the garbage, tell the cells to bring in the good stuff. And now I just share it with everybody. You know, it changed my life. My brother, Olympic volleyball player, a lot of you will get to know him around campus because he's going to be the lead trainer. Okay. He had a meniscus tear, and same thing. Doctor said you need surgery. 12 months off the court. He said my job's going to be done.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The next guy's coming up.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, hold on, before you go get that surgery, dude, let me see what we can do. It just helped me. 5 weeks later, he walked back on the court, jaws hit the floor. They couldn't believe it. I mean, his coaches, his PT, and he was with Team USA, practicing with the Olympic team. The best of the best, and they had never seen anything like this before. So we dove into it, and this is what we've been doing for the last 10 years, is really studying these machines, developing protocols alongside doctors, helping high-level athletes as well as anybody with aches, pains, that wants to get back into the game or back to their game.
Wow, I really like it.
I am so excited. So you are seeing patients not just in Arizona, but
we had our center, and unfortunately we had to shut down when COVID hit. We were deemed non-essential. We didn't have a doctor with us. It's going to be a blessing in disguise because we got to step back, restructure a little bit. We've got some amazing doctors involved now, and we're actually going to Dubai here pretty soon to bring this to the Middle East and Europe. And so really, really cool things in the works. And we plan on setting up another center in about 3 months.
That is so cool. Now this isn't the first time that you've been to Glencroft. You spent a lot of time with us in Beta 1, but participating, being involved in the programmatic piece of what ZoeLife was back in 2019 in January. And I think we had 24 residents total that worked under you and your brother in terms of chronic pain, migraines, eyes, muscle fatigue, just basic what all of our residents experience with sciatica and bursitis. What was your perspective coming from professional athletes and seeing everybody that you normally touch on to, wow, senior living community wanting to play in this sandbox? What was that experience like?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Everybody here was really receptive. At first they come in and they're like, what the heck is that? I think I'm here for some kind of healing, whatever. And then, after a couple of sessions, they're like, we only have 2 more sessions with you. So, the reception was great. Everybody was awesome. We're super excited to have this on campus so you guys can be doing this every single day. And the results were phenomenal.
Right.
4 sessions. We had testimonials from clients, or I'm sorry, residents, where they were struggling to walk across the campus. And had to sit down halfway and recoup. Now they're walking across campus and wanting to walk it 2 more times because the pain's gone, no more pain in their back, their hip, and they're just it's just awesome.
Well,
and it's all non-invasive and drug-free.
Right, and I know my next question was going to be about this, but I think a better story is tell us what you told us about your dad, the amazing results that you saw.
These machines have so many uses, and one of them is to get rid of infection in the body. The currents will kill the bacteria, will kill the virus, will kill infection. And so my dad, he had broken his leg in multiple different places, shattered his knee. He was riding his bike in the rain, slipped off. He's about 70 years old. And they put his leg back together. It was kind of a charity case. He didn't have insurance. Well, it was setting improperly, and they wanted to go back and re-break the leg, but they couldn't do that because MRSA had set in. He had a big hole that was just eating away the skin right here. And he called me crying, and he said, they're going to cut my leg off. They're going to have to amputate. And it's about 6 months after I had first healed myself with the machines, and I said, let me send this to you, Dad, teach you how to use it over the phone. 2 weeks later, he goes back to his doctor, and they say, we don't know what you've been doing. Keep doing it. The MRSA's basically gone. And this is after like 6 weeks of giving him antibiotics and it getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Because that's why they were like, look, it's not getting any better with the antibiotics. We're just going to have to,
Yes.
we're going to have to amputate. So save my dad's leg, and that's just one of the, 150, 200 amazing stories that I've got that I could talk about this thing for the next 3 weeks straight.
No, that's super cool. I think that the perspective that you've seen taking the technology out of professional athletics and Olympic level athletes and the exposure that you guys get of the cream of the crop, the best of the best, and bringing that down into the people that really need it and the people that want to use it and want to play in that sandbox of technology. And how rewarding has it been for you to see this product help so many and be able to take it down to Mexico and some of the stuff that you're doing now? It's got to feel good.
It's the best. It is the best job in the world. I couldn't ask for anything better. As an athlete, having to retire from athletics, they say every athlete dies twice. And so to be able to transition into this, go straight from retiring from baseball and go right into this, where I get to help people and I get to stay connected to football and baseball and basketball and help these guys as well. But we get to take this technology that for many years has been a therapy for the elite. Michael Jordan owns a device. Tony Robbins owns a couple devices. My brother handed Vicente Fox his device, former president of Mexico. So this has been a therapy for the elite. And now we get to bring it to the masses.
That is so awesome. I'm glad we're part of the masses.
It's good to be
because
part
we're
of the
not
masses.
the elite. I mean,
No, we're not the elite.
but the masses is
You guys
good.
are really elite in my heart.
Oh, that's all we needed.
This show can be in. This show can be over now.
The end. Yeah.
So we are about to unveil this product here at Glencroft, and this has been a long time in the works, back from Beta 1, and we wanted it then. It's hard, time is funny. It seems like a long time, but it really has been a blip of time between that Beta 1 and where we are now. And coming out of COVID and pooling some resources and working with all hands on deck to try to get technology like this to you guys out there at no cost. And that's what we want to do at Glencroft is, and I say it all the time, is we want this campus to thrive in this wellness model. We don't want to say you have to pay for this piece of this program if you want to do it this way. If you want to be better with your falls, you got to pay a little bit more. No, we want 40 acres dedicated to living better. And that's,
without drugs when we can, without surgeries and drugs.
That's right.
So many doctors just want to do.
Yep.
So we start training today. We're starting our actual going through the process. So walk our residents through the experience that Randy Lujan, our director of physical therapy, Gerald, our exercise phys, myself, the leadership that we've picked to put our arms around this thing to execute. What are we going to be going through so our residents know, okay, they're in good hands.
Right.
And they know, okay, I'm comfortable with you guys running that, not you guys, because you guys aren't going to be here once we train us. You're going to be
We'll be here periodically to, for any questions or, to even talk with some of the residents and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to train you guys so that you are fully operational on your own. And you guys go through about 20 hours of intensive training, learning the devices, learning the protocols. And so these machines have about 50 different applications to them. They've got everything from these little electrode pens that you can check around the knee and look for electrical connection. And so let me give you guys just a little background about how this works. We all are electrical beings. We have electricity running through our bodies every single day. It's why you can rub your feet against the carpet, shock your finger on the doorknob. It's why they can read us with EKGs, EEGs, and EMGs. So these devices, they very much like an EKG or EEG. You put a plate or a probe on the body. It'll send a little tiny bit of electricity. You almost don't feel it. At the worst, it's like shocking your finger up against the doorknob. So it's really painless therapy. It pings off of cells, and a healthy cell holds a different resonance than an unhealthy cell. It's like that happy person that that you love to be around, or that person that just kind of is an energy vampire, right? They hold different frequencies.
Okay.
And so the machine is kind of looking for those vampire cells, right? They're looking for the cells that have infection or have been damaged, a lot of inflammation, so on. Finds them. The machine then, with algorithms and artificial intelligence, and this is the stuff that's way above me, but it reads the body and deciphers what frequency is going to properly stimulate those cells to let go of garbage, bring in the nutrients and oxygen, and rebuild themselves non-invasively, drug-free, and it works really fast.
Wow. What I'm hearing you say that I really am getting excited about is everybody obviously on this campus is different and has different pain levels and different issues they're dealing with. And the machine customizes whatever strategy it needs to have to help that person.
You're going to get a different frequency than I will. And Kay's going to get a different frequency than even, like, say, the $1 million racehorse that we might be working on. So these devices, they also work on animals, and they work on any mammal cell, really. And we've had the honor of working on some of these $1 million racehorses. It's just really cool. And you literally watch the horse. There's no placebo effect in a horse, by the way. They don't care. They don't know what you're doing, right? You know, it's not like they're trying to not hurt your feelings by telling you it worked when it didn't. They either walk better or they don't.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
It's
really
well, you
clear.
saw that Kentucky Derby yesterday. That was unbelievable.
I know.
These horses are grand athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet that's pretty cool to see
really
it work
cool.
in real time on an
And
animal.
then they thank you. Yeah, they feel better. They know that you did it, and they're up there like nudging their neck with their nose afterwards, and then they're excited the next time you come back and see them. It's super cool. So we're all electrical beings. We're diagnosed electrically. If your heart stops, they use electricity. So why are we not treating ourselves regularly with electricity? Well, now we can.
Oh, I love it.
This technology has been around for a while, right? I mean, this has obviously been years. How long has these machines been viable to the high elite level? Like, what years does this go back to?
Since 1978.
Since 1978.
1978, Dr. Nabrinsky started making these devices. He's a brilliant, brilliant man. He came over from Czechoslovakia, has made a number of things for our Department of Defense, and he basically took all of these technologies that so he's credited with our lie detector test and our missile guidance systems, which are all frequency seeking systems. He kind of reverse engineered those, put them into a healing device, and so since 1978, he's been building these devices. They've gotten exponentially better as computers have gotten faster, and they're just phenomenal pieces of equipment now. And so give you a little bit of backstory on that. 1978, his first device comes on the market, FDA approval of the whole deal. In 1991, the Science and Medicine Nobel Prize was given away to 2 German scientists for figuring out that on the cell membrane we naturally have 1/1,000,000th of an ampere of electricity, and that ampere of electricity runs across every cell membrane. It's how the information goes from the brain to the toes, just boom, electricity. And that on the cell membrane they have these little gates, and they open and close so that toxins can get out, nutrients can get in. Well, they found out that those are stimulated by electricity and not chemicals. So in 1978, 13 years before the Nobel Prize was given away for proving this, he was making devices that were actually being put into real application, real world application.
Amazing backstory.
That
gives great context of what this has evolved to be and what we're bringing to this campus. Now, we only have a few minutes left, and I could ask a million questions.
I know, me too.
But we're actually getting 2 devices as a part of the package that we got with you guys. Why don't you explain real quick just what the 2 are and how they are, each one in its own way, super beneficial?
Sure. So every part of our body holds different frequencies. Our calf muscle holds a different frequency than the nerves in our face. These 2 devices, one is musculoskeletal and one is neurological. And they encompass every cell in the body, whether it's, like I said, cartilage in the knee, or if it's a ligament in the shoulder, whatever it is, or even gut issues, digestional issues, helping to cleanse the organs, helping to open up capillaries in the lungs, all of these things. You guys are going to have a heyday just working on different things and seeing just amazing results. But they encompass every cell in the body. One specially for neurological issues, the other one specially for musculoskeletal issues. They work in synergy. And
so let's go back to you're talking about brainwave, pre-dementia, memory. You can tap into some of this, correct?
Yes.
Oh.
With what we have coming to this campus with our latest programmatic piece, with our CUP program, our cognitive understanding program, and our kind of very smart brain-esque in terms of pre-dementia care, I could see this dovetailing right into that protocol.
Well, even the Parkinson's, I can't
all of it.
imagine it's not good
in
for
this technology coming off of what Dr. Murray and others have been teaching us about the natural medicine and how, we have all of this at our fingertips to eat correctly and to work out and to move and to do better holistically. How do you see, in our last minute, how do you see the technology world playing in that ZoeLife model of Mediterranean diet, moving, and you add this piece? I mean, is there a better model in place that this could
There
play
really
into?
isn't. This is where these devices belong. We are so excited to be part of ZoeLife because of the all-encompassing wellness, full body, mentally, physically, spiritually, putting the right nutrients in the body. When you stimulate a cell and it wants to let go of the garbage, it's going to excrete like squeezing out a sponge. Well, when it brings back in, you want to have those nutrients ready in the body so that they can go right into the cell. It can start, rejuvenating itself. So what you guys have here is literally what it is. I mean, it's the perfect match, and we are so excited.
That's so cool, man.
Because your residents are going to be already in that mindset and already got the nutrients going on, already got the attitude going on, and this is just going to be
So
icing on the cake.
if you're interested, call the Performance Center. You can sign up. We already have a waiting list going for Beta 1, but it's going to be ours. And so you want to get on that list as fast as you can, so we can know what we're working with, who we're working with, and start that laundry list of residents I know and employees.
I was going to say, is there
that are
room
gonna
for me?
wanna
I want to be on
participate.
the list.
Awesome, man. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Oh man, the whole Halo family is just so excited to be on campus with you guys and get this going.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.